Please subscribe.
Good afternoon, Guten Abend, Assalamu alaikum, Excellencies on head table and all the distinguished guests here. First of all, let me congratulate both German Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industry and BVMW for signing this agreement, MOU, and I hope that this compatibility and this partnership that would be good news for not only for Pakistan but also for some of the exporters and as well as the representatives of German business ventures who are here. Now, I was asked to give a landscape of Pakistan's economy, state of Pakistan's economy, and what I did, I took data from Pakistan Bureau of Statistics and State Bank of Pakistan just to present in my allocated 8-10 minutes where we are today and what are the scenarios that one is foreseeing from here. If you can go to the third, next please, next. Yes. I think let me start with this State Bank's decision, Monetary Policy Committee's decision for easing out the monetary policy, and it's the second time in a row that we saw ease in monetary policy, and much of it is backed by very visible numbers, and the numbers are about the inflation. Although there is a risk and there is a challenge that after the budgetary measures, inflation it may rise again, especially the energy tariff. But if we compare it with a year ago in May 2023, when this headline inflation, including food and energy prices, was hovering around 38%. From that very high baseline, today, of course, we are standing at a quite comfortable position, and that was one of the major consideration in State Bank's decision of easing the monetary policy. Here, this is quite self-representative figures. The blue is food energy, the light blue is energy, food inflation, the light blue is energy, and yellow is our core inflation. So while there has been fluctuation in food and energy prices, the core inflation seems to be tamed. Next please. And this is how our core inflation, if we exclude this food and energy impact in it, this is how it looks like. And again, one can see that compared to last year, today we are standing at quite comfortable position. The same is true for our foreign exchange reserves. We have to compare ourselves from last June, July 2023, when we are at abyss of default. Compared to that, again from $3 to $4 billion of net reserves, today we are having around $9.5 billion of reserves. Next please. And this is how one can foresee the monetary policy easing further. So if the trend of inflation it stays how it is, one can expect that in the months to come, and Monetary Policy Committee meets after every 2 months, so one can expect further easing of monetary policy. Next. This is the GDP growth, and again looking from 2023 when the GDP was falling, GDP growth was in negative. Last year was better, and this year is again one is hopeful that we will be bouncing back. So there is this inherent and potential resilience in Pakistan's economy, and if you can see, even in COVID, we had a nosedive in our GDP growth, but then we bounced back, and even this year one is expecting a better performance. Next please. The bad news is on agriculture. Kharif crops, and Kharif crops are those which are sown in summer and which we harvest in winter, rice and cotton. Looking at Kharif crop forecast, perhaps we will not be able to achieve the bumper agricultural growth that we achieved in this fiscal year. This next fiscal year or the current fiscal year, kharif crops they are expected to go down next. But the good news is on large-scale manufacturing. Large-scale manufacturing is picking up, and you can see that it's the quarterly growth of large-scale manufacturing that is improving since last year, and that is a ray of hope going forward, and especially with this Fitch improving Pakistan's long-term credit rating, with the expectation of having this standby agreement, extended fund facility program with the IMF, almost $7 billion. One is hoping that many of the hurdles and constraints that manufacturing sector and industry was facing, that would precipitate, and with this one can hope further improvement in large-scale manufacturing. Next, please. These are our export numbers, and again these are quite healthy and positive, especially if you compare them with the negative numbers of fiscal year 2023. 2024 was better, and even if you look at June 2024, one can see that volume of export as well as the value of export, it's increasing. Next. And some of, if you can go back please, and some of the commodities that we have been exporting, of course, high value added textile, they are taking the major chunk of it, and followed by all of this. Next please. Next is our import, and again one can see that after a nosedive of imports, mainly due to balance of payment issues, last year was better, and this year again this trend is improving and continuing, and some of the products that we can see are improving. Of course, oil is our essential import, oil and energy, but after oil and energy, machinery is the sector which is picking up, and this is a good news for manufacturing and industry, that the machinery is being imported in Pakistan, and that's why I feel that LSM, large scale manufacturing, is a positive news. Next please. Again a positive news for many of the multinationals sitting here, and that is about repatriation of profit and dividend. So according to State Bank, and you could see that last year the blue line is the fiscal year 2023. So last year there was almost a limbo on repatriation of profit and dividends, but this green line that shows a positive trend, and the black is what one can see a consistent trend in this fiscal year. So again from an abyss we are now improving, and under this IMF program there would be no restriction on repatriation of profit and dividend. So this is something that State Bank and Ministry of Finance and all other, they would have to assure and maintain to keep the program running. Next. This is financial account inflows, and again the trends are very healthy. So last year it was going down, but this year if you could see the top light blue and dark blue, these are official flows as well as the portfolio investment, and one can see a healthy improvement compared to last year's in this as well, and that shows the resilience as well as trust of our international partners in Pakistan's economy. Next please. Now from here the 2 minutes on the scenarios way forward. I can see there are three possible scenarios based on some of the macro trends that we are facing today. My first macro trend is energy prices. One can see that yesterday Brent was $78 per barrel. Today, after the killing of Ismail Hania in Iran, it's already at $80 per barrel. The Brent rate has increased by $2, and it's just the opening of market. We have to see that how the markets they react especially in North America, in the rest of the business day. But energy is a major spanner because Pakistan is a major importer of fossil fuel and energy. So any abrupt movement in energy sector, energy prices internationally, or any escalation of conflict in Middle East, that would have an impact on Pakistan's inflation as well as on cost of doing business and energy tariff. My second trend that can impact on this scenario is climate change. Monsoon, we have just started the beginning of monsoon, and that has to the rains are predicted to be more in frequency, more in their intensity, and whole of August up till first week of September, one is expecting this monsoon. Now these rains, the period of rains is shrinking, but their intensity is increasing, which means that we have the 3 months of monsoon in a month and a half, and then rest of the year it's a drought, and that would have an effect on agriculture as well as on hydel electricity. And my third game changer and the last game changer that would affect many sitting here is a CBAM, carbon border adjustment mechanism. As most of you know that it is already rolled out, although softer rollout since last October in 6 sectors: iron and steel, fertilizer, aluminium, electricity, and hydrogen, cement. Incidentally, many of Pakistani exports, they don't fall in that sector, but from 1st of Jan 2026, this would be scaled up, and it would be rolled out properly. Now, what exactly the carbon border adjustment mechanism is? Right now, the exporters to EU, they are asked to provide carbon emission data across complete supply chain, and if the emission levels are higher than the EU's permitted emission, the exporters in these 6 sectors, either they will have to pay carbon tax if they haven't paid already in their country of origin, or they can offset it through carbon credits. But from 1st of January 2026, when more sectors they would get included in it, one can expect that many of the sectors, especially the food as well as textile, they may be part of the full-scale CBAM, and that's why many of you representing members of Pakistan German Chamber of Commerce Industry, there are at least 3 levels of preparedness that you need to focus upon. The first level of preparedness is that unfortunately we don't have any credible mechanism of measuring our inventory of emissions. So if we don't know what we are emitting today, we cannot actually foresee that how it would affect us and how we'll be either pleading our case for getting credit or avoiding the carbon tax. Second important thing to focus upon is carbon markets. I happen to be a member of the committee which is finalizing the carbon credit and carbon market policy in Pakistan. We hope to present it to the Prime Minister very soon. But the problem with carbon markets in Pakistan is that nature-based solutions that we are talking about that can be sold as carbon credit providers, they are in provincial domain. So while federal government can prepare a policy, forest and mangroves and many others, those are in provincial domain, and forest especially, they are in KP and Gilgit-Baltistan and AJK. And now finding a political consensus on that policy, that would be a challenge, but of course we are trying to do our best to forge a consensus and provide a transparent carbon market policy that many of you should actually capitalize upon. If we don't go for these low-hanging fruits in carbon credits, then many of the exporters from Pakistan, they will have to buy those credits from Indonesia and Malaysia and many other tropical areas, because Pakistani carbon credits, if they get sold quickly, then in order to avoid CBAM the complications, you will have to go to those markets. But the very final point is that CBAM is not only a European thing. UK is already preparing its own CBAM. After Brexit, they have to take care of their exports. So UK government is very actively bringing its equivalent to CBAM. Depending upon how elections turn out in United States and what sort of protectionist policies followed in United States, in a tit-for-tat move, you will see a very reciprocity in US, and already at least in 15 states they have made it mandatory as part of the annual accounts, audited accounts. Industries, they are asked to also provide the statistics of their emission, and China and Japan, Australia, they would also be in a tit-for-tat move, working on their own CBAM. Now, if for Pakistan, it's not only EU, it's not only Germany. It means that all of our destination where we send our exports, we will be in a regime where we need to think of green and clean technology, where we need to think of green and clean energy, and that's where opportunity lies for Germany. Germany is a pioneer in solar energy, in renewable energy, and Germany and many of the members of the forum, they can actually bring capacities for green and clean production. They can, apart from energy, they can do energy audit and carbon audit, especially BVMW. I think this is an area where you can build capacity of SMEs who will be part of this supply chain to Germany to do their carbon audit, to do their energy audit, to enable them to then apply for carbon credits when they are cleaning and greening their production. So while there is a challenge with CBAM, I take it as an opportunity for Pakistan that at least it would help us in cleaning and greening our production. And but our Pakistani industries and manufacturers and government of Pakistan, it would not be able to do it on its own. I think the joint ventures like German Pakistan Chambers of Commerce and Industry and BVMW and many other, they would be helping this country in capitalizing upon the moment and the opportunities that comes through. Thank you very much for your attention.
Please subscribe